Welcome to Ever After, a Once Upon a Time podcast. Season 3, Episode 17, The Jolly Roger. In this episode, in both the past and the present, Hook tries to help Ariel find Prince Eric, with disastrous results. Meanwhile, Regina teaches Emma how to use magic. I'm your host, Molly Southgate, and with me is...
Martha Southgate.
And...
Pirate Captain Rob Southgate.
Arr!
Arr! And my ship is the Jolly Rancher.
Did you just say, I eat my ship?
No, I said, and my ship is the Jolly Rancher.
It sounded just like you said, I eat my ship, it's the Jolly Rancher.
I do not.
You do, because it's a Jolly Rancher.
So, guys,
it's
thoughts?
one of those mega Jolly Ranchers that you can just sit in.
Yuck.
And then you...
Wouldn't it dissolve in water?
Well, it's so big it doesn't dissolve. Kind of like an iceberg.
Uh-huh.
It's a whole land made of Jolly Rancher, and you just chip them off, and that's how they get Jolly Ranchers. Didn't you know?
Didn't you know? Dead silence.
All right. So what happened in this episode?
Where do you want to start?
Let's start with Emma.
Okay.
Emma.
So Emma and David are assembling a crib.
Yeah.
Oh,
I loved
barely.
it. I loved it when David's like, this is worse. This is harder than the battle plans and stuff. And she's like...
Well, and that was completely torn apart. Like, all the slats were out and everything. What a pain in the buttocks.
Love to build stuff like that. I
Yeah.
would have had fun just sitting there building, but they didn't do very well.
They weren't really skilled
and
at
Snow
it.
kept saying...
IKEA is their enemy.
Yeah.
Unlike yours.
Snow said that they have someone who can do that.
Yeah.
I don't remember who she said, though.
I don't remember.
I think it was like...
Mason or something.
Yeah, Dopey or...
Not Dopey.
Leroy. I'm going with Leroy.
No, I think they said
It began with an M.
Leroy.
Leroy.
Okay, can we move on?
Marauders, Maproy.
Marauders.
Marauders.
All right, so Regina comes in. She had put up a new protection curse, one that can't be broken by blood.
Right.
So this one will
Yeah, she
will
said there's
keep...
no way Zelina can get in where the baby is. But of course, she said, we're fine as long as we stay in here. That's not the best solution either.
And then the whole rest of the episode, no one stayed in the apartment.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Snow was out.
Snow and David were walking
out.
on the beach.
Henry was out.
So
Emma was out.
much for protecting your baby by staying in the house.
Right.
Oy, the protection curse isn't going to follow Mary Margaret around.
Right. Well,
she should do that.
She's like you. You would have thought like, oh, okay. Isn't it wherever I am?
Yeah, you are here.
Yeah,
Okay.
You are here. Wherever you are, it's going to tell you.
So Emma asks Regina to teach her how to control her magic.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Now, we went through this before, and she wanted her to unlock her anger and her hate, and Emma wouldn't do it. And then at the last second, it did. But that's why she hasn't gone back to it.
Mm-hmm.
And here she's like, look, I'm ready. Because
they don't have a choice.
It's the only way they're going to defeat Zelina,
Yes.
possibly.
Because they just don't have a choice. And
Right.
Regina's magic isn't strong enough.
Right.
On its own, and they don't have Rumple anymore. And Emma asked, David and Snow wanted to babysit for Henry while she's doing her magic. And
Emma's like,
boring.
but he might not have as much fun with you. And they're like, we're fun. He's like, well, and she's like, yeah, well, might not remember you. He doesn't remember.
Right.
We're fun.
Yeah.
And she's
Yeah.
implying, let's ask Captain Hook.
well, because she said last time you talked to him about Cradle Cap,
Right.
and you kind of freaked him out talking about babies
Well,
the
he's a
whole
12-year-old boy. I mean, he doesn't want to hear it. He wants nothing to do with it.
time. So he wants to be with Hook.
Of
and as we
course.
can understand.
Yes. He's hooked on Hook.
Hook's pretty
Hooked
fun.
on-
He's hooked on a feeling.
Because I'm hooked on a feeling.
Yep.
So Hook and Henry were at the diner, and he cheated Henry out of his French fries.
Oh.
I like that. He gets with Hook, and what does Hook do? Teaches him how to play dice. How to cheat at
How
dice.
to cheat. He was using weighted dice.
Yeah.
And Ariel comes...
What's weighted dice?
It means it has a weight in it, so whenever you toss them, it comes up on whatever number you have it weighted to. So if you always want to get 2 ones, you put the weight on the opposite end, on the 6s. So the heaviest part goes to the table every time.
Oh, funny.
So yeah, so that's what he was doing. Is he has weighted dice so he can cheat.
And Ariel comes in and with Snow and David, and they ask Hook.
Oh, we skipped that part when she found her.
Found who?
When they found Ariel lying on the beach.
Oh, right,
Go
yeah.
ahead, help us with that.
So they found Ariel on the beach, and that's pretty much it.
That was exciting.
Excellent.
And everybody's...
They were all walking in the rain with umbrellas on the beach. That was a little weird. There were like 10 people out there with umbrellas walking on the beach.
Well, isn't that how it is?
I don't think so.
I think so.
Somebody help this fish. She's a mammal. That's a Seinfeld reference.
Mm.
Thank you very much.
So, Molly, you want to talk about Emma and Regina practicing the magic? So they go in the vault. That was funny.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
And she's like, and she gets out the heart.
Well, first she tells her not to touch anything.
Oh, yeah. Emma's the me of do not touch anything. Immediately, she grabbed up this, like, dragon's claw.
Yeah, immediately.
She was touching everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
And Regina's like, I told you not to touch anything.
Yeah, that is exactly like both of you.
And then Regina says, who's watching Henry? And Emma says, Hook is. And Regina says, he's prone to violence, impulsive, and has a hook for a hand. What about him wouldn't a 12-year-old, or would a 12-year-old boy not like?
Yeah.
Yeah, or a 46-year-old boy. That's awesome.
You're not a boy, Dad.
I am a boy.
You're a man-child.
I'm a man-child!
So she pulls out the book.
What about that would a 46-year-old man-child not like?
Right. So Emma has the book, and she looks at it, and she goes, what language is this? Spanish?
And Regina says to her, we're not making tapas. We're making magic.
And the language of the book
is Elvish.
Elvish. Got a hunka chunk of burning magic.
Hunka chunk of burning magic. It's hunka hunka.
Hunka.
Yeah.
Hunka. Oh, I thought that was hubba hubba.
What
Maybe it's a hubba burning magic.
What's hubba?
That's from Home Alone, isn't it?
Yes.
Hubba.
No, it's from Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck. I love Uncle Buck.
I don't know what Uncle Buck is.
Oh, you're not ready yet.
Oh
not ready yet.
What are we talking about?
Not
we're talking
ready.
about John Hughes movies.
Okay.
That's
John
what we're
Hughes?
talking about.
Yes.
Who's Hughes?
Yes.
He did Home Alone.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Emma gets put out on a rope bridge, suspended.
Because she said, isn't there anything else that you could teach me that Rumpel taught you?
Yeah,
and
not just out of a book.
Yeah, and Regina's like, Rumpel was a bully. If you were learning how to swim and you didn't get it right, you drown.
Yeah.
And she's like, wait a second. And she put her into the river.
Which was crazy.
Rope bridge. And she's like, what are you doing?
And it was so Indiana Jones.
And Regina yells at her, I'm teaching you to swim. And she was just dangling up on the suspension bridge.
But it's just like Indiana Jones, Molly. Everything is either Indiana Jones,
or
Star Wars, or Batman. Yep, so you know.
Oh.
Now you know.
Daddy.
It's true.
Oh, Daddy.
What?
Just stop.
And then Regina is making the bridge collapse. And she says, either you stop it or die.
Yes.
And so what did Emma do?
She let the thing fall, but she made this whole creature and stuff.
She made like a whole
it was like a wooden dragon.
creature.
It looked like it pulled her up. And she's like, did I do that?
Yeah, and Emma and Regina says, when all I wanted was for you to retie the rope.
And she's like, why are you sounding crabby about that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I just made this thing.
Oh, it's crazy.
And why did she say?
She said, I'm not crabby, I'm happy.
Well, no, what she said was that she said that she was mad because of all the potential Emma has inside of herself that she's been wasting.
Right.
And I could understand that. That would be hard because Regina has to work for her magic and Emma is so powerful.
Right.
And it comes so naturally to her. And,
Right.
And I think that that would be frustrating.
It's how you feel when you see anybody skip, because it comes so naturally to us.
Yeah.
And to you,
it's just not there.
You have to work so hard and you still can't do it.
Right.
Right.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
For what?
It's a hunka
But I
chunka
can't
burning
skip.
failure.
Now I realize what you're talking about.
It's gonna be a while.
Let's talk about Snow and David.
Yay!
Because I know that you think that part's hilarious.
Oh, it is.
Well, okay, but first of all, when they were in the diner with Ariel, and they tell Hook, we need you to go to Mr. Gold's shop with her, try to find something of Prince Eric so that we can track him.
Right.
And Hook is going, oh, no.
Yeah,
No.
because he knew something.
He knows too much.
Was up, yeah.
And he said, oh, no, I have to watch Henry. And they said, no, we'll watch Henry.
Because they were jealous.
Grandparents.
Because they're jealous of him.
Yeah, because Emma basically told them they're not fun.
Yeah. So
they teach him how to drive.
Oh my.
Yeah.
God. I wouldn't say they.
No.
It's all David.
Snow is not really into it, but David's just like, oh yeah, we're doing this thing. And she goes, isn't it illegal? He's like, I'm the sheriff. So he can pretty much do what he wants.
He can do what he wants. And, well,
not really, but that's what he's implying.
And also, he said, Hook taught you how to steal a ship, a boat. I can teach you how to drive.
Yeah.
And Henry's like, technically, we borrowed it.
Yeah, well, technically, they're taking this truck out, and they shouldn't be, because he's 12.
Well, and he's not, like when my dad taught me, he took me to an empty parking lot.
Right.
You don't start a person
David
in Main
on the
Street. Like, he's right in the middle of town. He could have killed somebody.
Yep.
Instead, he killed a mailbox.
Yeah. I wonder about that mailbox. If nobody from the outside can get into Storybrooke, how are they having a U.S. mailbox
I think it's just decoration.
But it looked like there were letters in it. Don't you think people are putting things in it? Or do they just stack up?
Maybe
it never goes anywhere.
No, I don't think that.
Or maybe they have that, but it's only people like in town deliver letters to each other.
That could be.
Could be.
That'd be
like
weird.
No one's even realized, like, I've never sent a letter to Boston.
Right.
They only send right there in Storybrooke. That could be.
Uh-huh.
Could be.
I like sending letters to you.
Do you think Cupid is the one delivering the mail?
Yeah.
We're going to find that out.
And
when he realizes who he is, he's just going to be walking around in a big diaper.
Oh, yeah, and he's going to have that arrow, and he's going to shoot people's butts.
Yep. Hey, who wouldn't?
So Ariel and Belle are looking through Mr. Gold's shop trying to find something of Eric's.
Yeah.
And Hook
finds his cape.
Cloak, if you will.
Well, before that, he finds his spyglass, which he's like, oh, I wondered where you went. And he looks through it.
He actually called it you.
And that's when he finds the
he
cloak.
Called it Rob.
And how did he recognize the cloak? Do you remember what it was that made him realize what it was?
He realized what it was because he saw the medallion.
Yeah, that had Ursula.
I got a word right.
It's about time.
Finally.
Oh, yeah, high five me for that. I'm so good at saying words right now.
Because you got one?
Yeah, that's one.
Wait, you called it a cape instead of a cloak. I think you lose
minus
a point
one.
For that.
No points for Gryffindor.
So
sorry.
Belle enacted the spell. And the cloak, that was really funny when Hook and Ariel are walking down the street following a floating cloak.
Right.
Didn't
they do this before? Where they did
in Wonderland, they did it, but I think they did like a stick or a sword or something.
Yeah, that was in Wonderland. Yeah, that was cool. Mm-hmm. So here they did it with the cloak, and they followed it.
Where'd the cloak go?
The cloak went under the water.
Yes.
We kept yelling at Ariel, turn into a fish, but I'm going to tell you guys, it was Selena.
Yeah,
well,
she couldn't turn into a fish.
What happened was, first Ariel thanks Hook for helping her, and she says, you have a true heart, and she's saying, now at least I have closure, he's dead, and I can move on. And then Hook couldn't stand the guilt.
Yeah.
And he went and confessed to Ariel, and he apologized for allowing Eric to die for his ship. And Hook told her that he loved Emma.
Right.
And then she cursed his lips.
Yes.
I might have thought that it was this might be Selena. I don't know why.
Did you?
Yeah.
I just thought of Hall & Oates because the curse is on his lips.
That's the cause your list is on something's on my list. Whatevs.
The curse is on your lips.
See?
What is that?
It's bad. It was bad.
It was bad then. It's bad now. It's no hunka chunk and burning love. That's for sure.
Oh no, it isn't.
So the next time his lips touch Emma, all of her magic will be gone, and she's the only one who can defeat Zelena.
Right.
We're in big trouble because
so keep it to yourself, lover boy.
She can't. He can't. But she can't kill Emma. But she can steal her power and hurt everyone that Emma loves.
Right.
And she tells Hook, you kiss Emma and remove her power, or I will kill everyone she loves, including Henry.
Yes.
And Hook
loves her.
Handle it.
And she loves Hook.
He can't handle it. But what is he going to do?
Kiss her.
But then she's going to lose her power.
I bet he's going to do that.
What does that mean?
And then he's going to kiss her and make her lose her power?
Yeah, but it's that.
How are they going to defeat Selena then?
she's gonna get back her power. Totally, I think so.
Okay, could be. What if he kisses Zelena? Would she lose her power? Oh, although he had to say that it was Emma, and she put the curse across Emma. So it was specifically Emma. So I doubt if he kissed Zelena, it would have that effect.
That would have been awesome. Nice thought.
Yep. Could have worked.
So
that's a good thought. You need a high five for that.
Regina and Emma are at the apartment, and Hook comes over, and then Henry comes in with David and Snow, and he tells them that he was allowed to drive.
Yeah.
And Regina and Emma are like, what? And Regina says, oh, I have to, and he's like, and Henry said to Regina, why would you care?
Yeah, right.
And then Regina's like, oh, well, I'm the mayor. I needed to worry about safety and people with driver's license and underage drivers.
Right. Yeah, because she's got to hide the fact that she's concerned for him because she's his mom.
Mm-hmm.
Or one of his moms.
So before they came in...
I have something funny to say.
Okay.
Finally.
From the last episode... Oh, you. Nothing can be more funny than Hunka Chunka.
Okay, go ahead. What was funny from the last episode?
In one of the earlier episodes, it was in this season, but when they were trying to get Henry back from Neverland,
Yeah.
Guess what happened? This is so cool.
What? So much suspense.
Okay, it's so funny because when they were in that one time thing with the hourglass,
where Pan's power was.
Yeah. Guess what?
What?
Pan said, your parents and stuff, and. Oh, is Henry's parents worrying about I think. I think he said something like that about his parents. But you look, it's Neil, Emma, Regina. It's those three people. Are his parents worrying about him? His parents.
Okay. We got to stop putting you next to the microwave. Because something's going on.
That was the longest
unjoke
description to an unjoke I've ever heard.
Is that a funny joke?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Are you laughing because he has 3 parents?
Yeah, I'm laughing because it's like your parents. It's not like just 2 of them. It's 3.
Was it a delay? Did it take till
there.
now for you to get the joke?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
No, it didn't. It took me till the episode I tried to explain it at.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I have a little ahem.
Can we get back to the
Why
episode?
are you having a hum?
Because I didn't finish it on the one episode.
Oh, so you've been holding it out for like 10 episodes?
Yes.
Well, I have a little ahem for you.
Probably later.
Okay, so how about the part when they're in the apartment and they look in the mirror and Emma has to look in the mirror and then she try to conjure up where Ariel is.
Right.
And she did. And they're alive.
They are together.
Was so lucky.
In love.
Yeah.
Because
it was about to be ugly.
It looked like she just came out of the water and they were on the beach. Mm-hmm. But if they had been like in the castle all dressed fancy, they would have known, she doesn't look like she just got there. Mm-hmm. What if they had done that and she was pregnant? Because it's been a long time. Like, she looked like Snow. She's like, wait a minute. We just saw her and she's 8 months pregnant there. What the?
Yeah, that would have been awkward.
Awkward.
Hard to explain that one.
Yes.
But Emma, what I loved was Emma trying to explain and said, "Oh, we Skyped with Ariel."
Yeah, we Skyped with her.
No, we Skyped with Ariel, and Ariel's a regular name, not a common.
True. Yeah, she wasn't making he wouldn't go like, Ariel, wait a minute.
No, because they were talking about what happened. They were talking about Ariel,
right?
But she said, "Oh, we found out because we Skyped with her."
Right.
Instead of saying, "I used magic into the mirror and saw where she went."
And I
just thought it was funny that they referred to it as Skyping.
And her husband, she used the husband. She could have said boyfriend.
They're married.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
They got married.
Since when?
I thought
movie.
Yeah. Although they weren't married on the show. No, they weren't married on the show. Because remember?
No.
It's so wrong.
Yeah, she went away.
She just watched the movie.
And then she went away.
The movie.
And when she was reunited with him in Storybrooke, she didn't know that he loved her. She had to like go back and be a fish and couldn't go on their date.
Fish.
So,
but in the movie they got married.
Well, in the movie, yes, but this isn't
Emma
the movie.
watched the movie, so she thought it's
That's
the movie.
why.
Okay.
Oh, Emma, you're so far off.
I remembered a funny line.
Yeah.
When Smee and Hook were talking.
Oh, yeah.
And he wants to leave. And he says, let's get back in the Jolly Roger and let's sail off. Let's go have an adventure and be out where we belong.
Come sail with me, lads.
And he says, I agree this town has its bright spots. I've never tried anything quite like frozen yogurt before.
I love that.
Frozen yogurt.
Some froyo.
Yeah.
You know what I loved? When in Fairy Tale Land, when Hook... Oh, we haven't talked anything about that.
We're about to start.
About to.
I just wanted to make sure I said that line because I love that line.
I want to make sure I say this line so I don't forget. Hook was yelling like, let's take back the Jolly Roger, you bilge rats. And all of a sudden, and he said, no offense, Smee, because he was a rat. Because
Right.
we turned him into a rat for a while. And then in Storybrooke, Emma said, wasn't he a rat?
Yeah.
And he was leaving.
Hook goes,
So
in
funny.
a lot of ways, he still is.
Yes. Poor
and
Smee.
And guess what?
What?
I can't even.
Smee said to Hook when he was saying no offense about the rat thing.
Yeah.
He said, none taken. I've been having dreams of cheese.
Right. So,
all right, let's talk about Enchanted Forest.
Yes. Now, this is taking place in the year that's missing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So at first when they flash back, it was him and Smee, and you're like, okay, is this before that? When is it? But it's after they're back, after he's left everybody, he's reunited with Smee, and they are robbing from rich people.
They're robbing, some knights or somebody that came along.
Just regular knights.
And I love that Smee is just like, we really don't need a boat because we're like getting rich this way. This is totally working. But Hook
wants
his boat.
His baby boat.
He wants his baby boat, baby boat back.
And they made it appear like they had an army.
Yeah.
They did the torch thing where they shot the thing.
Now,
and
isn't
made
that
all
in
those...
one of the Disney movies, Mel? Mulan or something?
I don't think so, no. Where they didn't make these sculptures.
No, but they faked that they had an army. I thought that was in one of those.
And then
Mulan.
Yeah, it was in Mulan. I win. When
did
the
they
podcast.
fake they had an army?
I don't know. It just happened.
It just happened.
It just
happened. You know what? It's in Mulan 2 Electric Boogaloo. You didn't see that one.
I do. I own it.
I
own both of them.
So Ariel attacked Hook.
Yes.
And told Hook that someone has kidnapped Prince Eric on the Jolly Roger. And he's thinking, oh, my boat. Somebody's got my ship. And he finds Smee to tell him it's Blackbeard.
It's Blackbeard, who's the worst pirate ever.
And they're going to go get the ship back. And Ariel insists she's going with them.
Well, and I love this scene when they get to the Jolly Roger, and Smee says they're like looking through, and they're like, "How are we going to get aboard the ship?" And Hook goes, "I know." And he just walks up, knocks a guy out, walks on the ship, and goes, "I'm the captain of this ship. Who stole it from me? Time to fight it out." I'm like, that was awesome.
It was great.
Such a big piratey move. Arr.
Arr me.
So Blackbeard,
talk like a pirate.
Blackbeard comes out, and with his 4 and 20 brothers, get it? Blackbird. And
Blackbird
they start having a sword fight.
Yeah.
And, Hook and sword fight. And finally, Hook actually bests Blackbeard. And just before he kills him, Ariel stops him.
Okay, but wait, you're missing an important thing first. Ariel they're walking to the ship first, and she's wearing Eric's cloak, and Hook rips it.
Right.
By accident.
But Ariel says to him, you're considered a hero in Neverland.
Right.
And he said he's not happy. Because he wants to be a big bad pirate. He wants everyone to be afraid of him.
I'm the bad boy. I run with scissors.
He's not a bad... And Ariel's telling him, you know what? Because of what you've done for Snow and David, you're a hero.
Right.
And Ariel then says, I have legs and I fell in love with a human. I don't think anyone saw that coming.
Right.
I loved that line.
Fish humor.
But that's important because what happens after the scene you're describing ties into this.
Yes.
About the fact that she thinks he's good.
After he bests Blackbeard says, "Wait a minute, I've got a deal for you. You can't find Eric without me. The only way I'm going to tell you is if you admit that you would rather find him than have the Jolly Roger. Because you're soft now.
And it has to give it to him.
And he's like, you're a hero now. You're soft now. You're gonna and that doesn't work for Hook. He gets mad and he throws Blackbeard off the plane.
And he says, eat 'em, boys.
Yeah, so we saw Hook.
And he let Ariel, I never saw that coming. I thought for sure he was going to protect Ariel and Eric.
Right.
And he did not. And then Ariel just dove in.
Right.
The water.
Right. Now, then when we see it later, that's the scene we talked about where it turns out it's actually Zelena in modern times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's pretending to be
Modern
Ariel.
times.
What really happened, though, is it turned out that Ariel jumped in the water and swam and found Eric on an island that was
What
not
was it called?
part of the curse.
Hangman's Island. Now,
I thought it was Forever Island.
Nope,
Hangman's.
Hangman's.
I like to make up my own names.
Right.
Now, somebody please just contact us and tell me what that's about, because I think it's about something. I
You
don't
think
know
what's
what.
about something?
Hangman's
Island?
Hangman's Island. That's in something.
I
Maybe
think
it's
it
in
is,
Treasure
too.
Island.
Could be.
Maybe.
Could be.
What story is Blackbeard in?
The story of Blackbeard.
Maybe it's in Blackbeard.
Could be.
Well, you got
Okay.
some research to do.
So many things to research.
Mhm.
I don't know. This was kind of a confusing
Well, you thought it
episode
was
to
Forever
talk
Island
about.
because there's a Forever 21 there. And
What's a Forever 21?
A grocery store. Oh my gosh.
it's a grocery
It's
store
a clothing
where
store.
all the food is 21 days old.
Yeah.
Some of it fresh at 21 days, some of it not so fresh. And it has that not so fresh feeling. So anyway, let's move on. Is that
I
it
think
for this
we're-
episode?
Yes.
All right.
think so.
You can find past episodes of this and all of our other podcasts, if you so wish, after this amazing episode, at our website, which is...
www.southgatemediagroup.com.
You can also find all of our social media links there. And please join in the conversation. Talk to us on Facebook and Twitter and Tumblr and wherever we are. Just look up Ever After, the Once Upon a Time podcast, or look up Southgate Media Group. You can also send us an email at southgatemediagroup@gmail.com. Now let's end this the way every great fairy tale ends.
Happily ever after.
The
end.
If you would like to donate to help pay for this and other Southgate Media Group podcasts, simply go to our website, southgatemediagroup.com, and click on the donate button. It can be as little as $1 or, well, as much as you want. Help keep this fun going by supporting this and our other shows. Thanks again for listening, everyone. You're the best fans in the world.